Hey everybody, BTO Bro here. Awesome little feature. So this is a fun fusion of UX with some of the stuff we're doing with vercel currently. So let's pop open Network Inspector. Um, I've got this download PDF button and I've got download print. Spin that over to here. Let's see what happens when we hit download PDF. So we get this cool loading thing pops up, right? So we change state for that. It goes off, hits this service, which you see is pending. And then eventually, when this actually completes, there we go, we set that icon back and you get your PDF. The cool thing with the PDF is it is rendering all of the web components, even if they're lazy loaded. And I say web components, I should say web components, images, everything. It's loading all the JavaScript in a headless Chrome instance run by Puppeteer out in vercel land. And then voila, the page is there as a PDF in all its glory. Another awesome one, site to HTML, is going to do a similar process but local. So that just went and hit an endpoint to calculate this page, all the pages below it in the hierarchy, open a highly temporary data blob URL. So this, like doesn't exist basically. And then it just jogged through the content to make sure it's all preloaded without you noticing there. And then when I hit print, it also just does one quick sweep just to be sure. We can see we have all of the material there printed. We even get the code samples. We get the media. Certain media is told not to print because it's an animated GIF. So that is all I got for today. Now, the fun thing with the PDF is the way that we add the PDF button because of all of the groundwork in microservice land or micro front end land is we mix into our themes this PDF page mixin. So I have a mixin that supplies the button and the logistics of talking to the HTML to PDF service. Cool thing about the HTML to PDF service is when we hit HTML to PDF, it is going to generate this little blob, if you will, and then it's actually going to fire it off to another vercel endpoint. So we're bridging this endpoint with another one, in part because you need a dedicated instance in order to run Puppeteer. And so we're able to fire against a PDF from endpoint that can handle URLs or HTML, return to this endpoint, which then returns to the front end, completing the promise, and you get your PDF download. So now all that legwork in there, I no longer need to care about how to PDF things. I can print HTML to PDFs very accurately. It also is abstracted from this. This HTML to PDF is highly specific to what we're doing here, but the PDF printing service is its own thing. It can be used by anybody, theoretically. So, speaking of that, if I go to this little endpoint here, and I paste, we see vercel PDF conversion service. I forked this from somebody else, cleaned it up a bit. And now we can hit generate on any URL and voila, PDF. Even the links in it work, which is pretty awesome. So you can send someone a PDF. I don't know why you do that. You send someone a PDF of how to log into HAXcms via the front door, and they can actually click on the thing and go access the site. I believe that will also work with web components. I'm not 100% positive on that. And this site right here, this is protected behind a Azure login. You didn't see me do. So awesome. Another awesome thing with microservices is, so I've got my IST 402 material here, and I hit print. And even though the design assets that do that little like ... loading thing are not currently in the production version, I did actually update and fix things in the production endpoint for this. So this is loading those web components, as I mentioned, right? You can see that these web components are loaded here, and my awesome little meme generator, memes of me down the page, link to Charlie the Unicorn, all of that stuff. So it just fixed that with this one little tiny function out in production without any concern whatsoever that this would have implications for it working, right? So vercel and these microservices and micro front ends start to give us this abstraction between these things, but it also gives us the ability, just like web components, where I can work on a web component for the entire day and largely don't have to care about anything outside of altering its API. So as long as I stick to the API, bug fix something, I probably don't have to worry about it anywhere else. Now we're starting to get that capability with some of our back-end functions as a service type of behaviors. More fun things to come very soon, like taking Word docs and building entire websites out of them. Catch you later.